Hello and welcome everyone. If you want to know which men's sweaters actually resell online, you're in the right place. We're going to check out the top 30 brands of pre-owned men's sweaters that sold on eBay in the last 90 days. This list is not ranked, but keep an eye out because I've starred the top 10 in this video. Winter is coming, so let's get started. Our first brand up is John Varvatos, and this is a chunky knit cardigan. It's a wool blend and has a shawl collar. It sold for $45 and $12.65 shipping. And if you haven't seen this label before, it's got this little red star, says USA, and it has his name, John Varvatos. I also noted the top selling features and found that for fabric, wool was number 1, then cotton, and then cashmere. And the most popular colors were blue, gray, and black. And for sweater style, pullover was number 1, then cardigans, and then full zip. Our next brand is Brooks Brothers. This is a 100% cotton color block sweater. This one is vintage. This one sold for $35 and $8.55 shipping. And here's the label. So this is a vintage Brooks Brothers label. Next we have a really nice looking sweater. This is Tundra. This sweater is a Canadian brand. This style is from the 90s and was made popular by Notorious B.I.G. And this is similar to another brand called Coogie. This sweater sold for $129.99 and $7.64 shipping. And the label here actually says Canada on it. This is Tundra. And this is 100% cotton. Then we have Lacoste. This is a wool crew neck sweater. And it sold for $54.95 and $8.50 shipping. And here's the tag for Lacoste. I think that's an alligator. Not sure if it's a crocodile. I'm going to go with alligator. But that's the classic label for Lacoste. You may see this logo embroidered on their shirts also. Then we have Tommy Bahama. So this is a wool sweater. It's a chunky cable knit pullover. And it sold for $35 and $16.10 shipping. It's a little high for shipping. And here's the label for this one. Tommy Bahama label usually has this font, but the tag can vary. Next is Arc'teryx. This is a crew neck sweater. It's a light gray and it's a wool blend. It sold for $79.99 and $10.21 shipping. Here's the label. And you'll notice that this brand usually has the logo embroidered somewhere on the outside. Now we have Eddie Bauer. This is a cream cable knit crew neck sweater. It's a pullover and this sold for $35 and $12.99 shipping. And here's the classic Eddie Bauer tag. And this was a 100% cotton sweater. Next we have J. Crew. This sweater has a great pattern. It's called Fair Isle and it kind of has a stripe pattern with some geometric print. And it's become very popular lately with all the brands. So this one is 100% wool. It sold for $44.95 and $9.85 shipping. And here's the classic J. Crew label. We'd like to take a moment and ask, if you find this video useful, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We'd like to know which item categories you would like us to research for future videos. Moving on, we have Land's End. This is a varsity cable knit sweater. So this is a tennis sweater. And it has that great outline of the bold red on the collar, and then it has it on the cuffs as well. And here's a close-up of that tag. Pretty easy to read. This sweater sold for $49.83 and $8 shipping. Up next is Peter Miller. This is a silk cashmere argyle sweater vest. This one is a full zip. And the colors are great on this one. It sold for $59.99 and $5.90 shipping. And let's take a look at the tag. And this one was a mostly silk, cotton, and cashmere blend. That's very nice. This next brand is from Italy. And I'm going to do my best to pronounce the name. It's Ermenegildo Zegna. This is a cotton blend striped crew neck sweater. It sold for $39.99 and free shipping. And this designer has the name on the tag. And you can see clearly it's made in Italy. You'll notice this next brand is similar to the Tundra sweaters. This is a Coogie sweater and this is made in Australia. Again, this was a popular style in the 90s. This sweater sold for a whopping $249.99 and then $12.99 shipping. So let's take a look at our label here. So this sweater is 100% wool. And this is very popular, so if you ever see one of these, make sure you pick it up. Moving on, we have Vineyard Vines. This is a cashmere wool blend argyle sweater, multicolor, and it looks fantastic. Love the colors. This sold for $39.99 and $8.99 shipping. And this is Vineyard Vines by Shep and Ian. So this is 70% wool and 30% cashmere. So this sweater is a little more simple. This is smart wool. This is a crew neck sweater, wool blend, and it sold for $38.99 and $5.99 shipping. The tag here is unique. It has these little embroidered color stripes on the side with that little guy. And this sweater was 52% nylon, 30% wool, and then it has some acrylic and silk. Burberry is a very popular brand, and this sold for $59.95 and $8.99 shipping. It has a really nice argyle pattern with reds and whites and blacks. And this one happens to be Burberry Golf, but anytime you see Burberry in general, you should be grabbing those to resell. We have another Italian designer. This one is Loro Piana. This is 100% cashmere, and look at the sold price, $690. That is huge for sales. The shipping was only $12. Let's take a look at the label. Very nice label, made in Italy again. So you're going to see underneath that there's a Euro size there. It's not going to be in US. I wanted to show you one more of this designer just to show you a different style. This one is a blue pullover roadster, and it's also a cashmere sweater. This one only sold for about $100 and its shipping was $8.90. And you can see here the tag is a little different. Up next is Pendleton. This is a Southwest cardigan zip-up sweater. This has the Aztec pattern. This sold for $101 and $12.25 shipping. And you can see here's the label for Pendleton. This one's 100% cotton. And I had to show you one more Pendleton. This is a vintage 70s sweater. I love this sweater. The colors are great. I love the red, orange, and yellow stripe with the Aztec pattern. This sold for $128 and $9.25 shipping. Right, you notice this looks different than the other Pendleton label. This one is 100% wool. Another brand is the Christian Dior. This is another cardigan sweater. It's more tight knit. It's not chunky. This sold for $50 and free shipping. And here's the tag. So this would be a vintage tag. This is in USA, and it's 100% acrylic. Now we have Cull. This is a merino wool sweater. This has a little bit of a different design. It's meant for outdoors. So it sold for $39.99 and $16.10 shipping. It actually has a little crest on the outside here with the mountain range. It has Cull on the side. It even has thumb holes. And here's the tag. Most people know this next brand. This is Tommy Hilfiger, but you may not have realized that Tommy Hilfiger vintage sweaters are very popular. This one has a sporty look to it, and it's a pullover v-neck. This also has that great color on the collar and on the cuffs. This is 100% cotton. Here's the label. Sold for $45 and $11.75 shipping. Up next is LL Bean. This is a 100% Shetland wool pullover sweater with some nice looking elbow patches. This one sold for $32 and $9.65 shipping. Here's the label. And this one's actually a quarter zip as well. Abercrombie & Fitch is another popular brand. This one sold for $60 and $12.65 shipping. This is another Fair Isle pattern, but it's in orange and red, which looks wonderful. Here's the vintage tag for them. And this is 100% wool, and this one was made in England. This is Dale of Norway. This is a Nordic style brand. This is another Fair Isle pattern. This one sold for $79.95 and $12.65 shipping. And here's the label. Barbour is a British company. This sweater is a pullover crew neck. It sold for $39.99 and $10.70 shipping. Here's a close-up of the tag. And you can see here there's another tag on the outside. Next we have Woolrich, another pullover sweater, but this one has a great print to it. It has the mallard ducks. This one sold for $39.99 and $9.95 shipping. This is another 100% wool sweater. Here's a close-up. I also wanted to show you a vintage Woolrich. This one sold for $46.99 and $13.70 shipping. This one also has the elbow patches. And this one is a wool nylon blend. Alright everyone, this is the top selling brand on eBay for men's sweaters. This is Ralph Lauren, specifically Polo Ralph Lauren, but most of the Ralph Lauren labels are selling. So this one's 100% cashmere. It's a crew neck navy blue sweater. This sold for $31.45 and $9.55 shipping. Here's a close-up of the tag. Now because Polo is so popular, I had to show you the classic teddy bear sweater. This is the sweater that goes for top dollar. This one sold for $249 and then $13.70 shipping. If you see any of these teddy bear sweaters, even if they have some damage, they may actually go for a lot of money. And here's another close-up of a label. And notice this one's hand knit and it's 100% cotton. My last example for Ralph Lauren is another vintage sweater. This one actually has the American flag print. This one sold for $129.99 and then $10.70 shipping. And then here's another close-up of the tag. Here we have Banana Republic. This is a shawl collar cardigan sweater. This sold for $58.88 and $9.99 shipping. Here's a close-up of our tag. And this sweater is 60% cotton, 30% nylon, and just 10% wool. This is FootJoy. This is another Argyle sweater. It's a quarter zip and it's wool. This one sold for $36.99 and $9.90 shipping. And here you can see the FootJoy label. Next we have a collaboration. This is Izod Lacoste. This is another vintage sweater. It's a cardigan. It's 100% acrylic. It sold for $49.99 and then $7.95 shipping. And the Izod Lacoste label is a little different than the regular Lacoste label. And this one was made in USA. And finally, our last brand is the vintage Patagonia. This is a wool cashmere sweater and it sold for $49.99 and $8.95 shipping. Here's the vintage tag. It looks pretty similar to the more modern tag. This is 95% wool, 5% cashmere. As always, we hope this information was useful to you. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment letting us know which item categories you would like to see in future videos. Thank you for watching!